Hey, how you guys doing today? Last night we wrapped up our series on Wanted, talking about our desires, and there's some things we've learned over the last few weeks. Is this one? We've learned, you know what? We were born with this desire, with being able to want. We were born with it. You didn't have to be taught how to want. You didn't have to be taught how to desire. It's part of the DNA. When God created you and me, it's part of our DNA is to desire. And the second thing we've learned is this. Is that, do we really want what we want? Do we really even know what we want? And the truth of the matter is, we probably really don't want, what we think we want, because we really don't know what we want. I know, it gets confusing. Another thing we learned is this, is that we think we're in control of our desires, that we lead them, but the reality is this, they lead us. So last night, we finally got to the point where we're wrapping this thing up. And here's the bottom line from this whole series one. And here's the bottom line. Is that the thing that you and I desire, that object, whatever it is, the thing that we desire, that becomes the object of our worship. And so the problem we have is really not a desire problem. I mean, we all could probably be in counseling for our desire problems. It's not a desire problem. The problem that you and I have is this. We have a worship problem. And what happens is, all during the week, we're spending all of our energy worshiping all of this stuff. And when it comes time to worship God, we're empty. We don't have anything. So that's why we struggle with singing. That's the reason we struggle with worshiping God on Sundays. It's because we've spent all of our time and energy worshiping all this other stuff. You see, you and I are incredible worshipers. We worship stuff. If you don't think that you and I are crazy, hey, watch a college football game this weekend. You'll see a lot of crazy worshipers that know how to worship. When it comes to God, what happens is we run out of energy. We run out of, because we've used it all up. You see, it's kind of like this is what we've done. We've taken God off the throne, and we've placed it with cell phones, with boyfriend, girlfriends, with appearances, whatever it is that we desire. We've replaced all that. Taken God off and replaced it with that. And what we've done, we've actually bowed down to that. We worship that. And we kind of put God on the back shelf. See, the problem that we have is that we are desiring something other than God. And that's a very scary place to get to. And in Scripture last night, we saw this. We talked about it, where God said, hey, if you're going to follow your desires, then here you go. It's in Galatians 5, towards the end there. He says, here you go. This is what it's going to look like. If you're going to follow your desires, he said, hey, sexual immorality, impurity, lust. He talked about, dishonest, grumbling, fighting, and all these. He listed all these things. And we could identify with all that because that's what we've been doing. But we looked at a scripture, Psalm 37:4, that says this, delight yourself in me, and I will give you the desires of your heart. And how do we delight ourselves in God? It is this way. You pursue Him the way you pursue stuff. You act crazy for Him like you're going to act crazy for your favorite college team or high school team, cheering and all that. You put Him first. You keep Him on the throne of your life, pursuing Him like crazy. You see, that's my challenge to you is I want to see us become a group of believers, a group of people who pursue Jesus Christ like crazy. The only way to do that is to keep Him on the throne. Not to worship the stuff, not to have these desires for all this other stuff. Doesn't mean that stuff is bad. It becomes bad when we take that and put it in place of God on the throne. That's when it becomes bad. I know it's hard, but that's what God's called us to. Let's keep Him first. Let's pursue Him like crazy. The world may not understand it, but that's okay. Pursue God like crazy. And He tells you, pursue me, delight yourself in me, and I will give you the desires of your heart. Hey, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you next week. Just remember, keep God first. Keep Him on the throne. Pursue Him like crazy, and amazing things are going to happen in your life. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.